Two giants from the SUV world are stepping into the spotlight. On one side, we have the 2025 Chevrolet Traverse, bringing bold American style and versatility to the table. On the other, the 2025 Toyota Grand Highlander, with its cutting-edge design and renowned reliability. In this epic head-to-head, we're comparing their performance, features, and value to help you decide which of these family-friendly SUVs deserves a place in your driveway. Ready to explore? Let's dive in. So, this is Parth, and you are watching MotorNation. Starting up with a basic overview, the 2025 Traverse is the second largest SUV in Chevrolet's stable, sitting below the truck-based Tahoe and Suburban. As a three-row, mid-size crossover, it's enticing for growing families and, as an added bonus, the rearmost seats are spacious enough for adults, something not true of some vehicles in this class. Cargo space behind those seats is also comparable to the Tahoes, but when it comes to on-road manners, the Traverse could stand some improvement. The turbocharged four-cylinder engine sounds as though it's struggling when accelerating. The Traverse handles capably, but without the kind of crispness that engages a driver. The Traverse is a practical choice if roominess is a high priority, but the Toyota Grand Highlander is the standard bearers in this highly competitive class. While Toyota's three-row Highlander counts fuel efficiency and the brand's reputation for reliability as its chief advantages, but when compared to other mid-size SUVs, it comes up short in one of the most critical metrics: interior space. To counter that drawback, there's the Grand Highlander, a separate model that shares half of its name, but little else with the so-called standard model. Larger in every dimension, it measures 4 inches longer than the standard Highlander, increasing cargo and passenger space far more than that small stretch suggests, especially for the third row of seats, which can comfortably accommodate adults. A turbocharged 2.4-liter four-cylinder and 8-speed automatic driving the front wheels is standard, with all-wheel drive optional. There's also a Grand Highlander hybrid on offer, thanks to a commodious, handsome cabin, a compelling list of standard equipment and safety tech, and solid road manners. The Grand Highlander is one of the most compelling mid-size crossovers in a segment deep with talented competitors. Moving on to what's new for 2025. The Traverse lineup goes more upmarket for 2025, with the discontinuation of the previous LS base model and the return of the luxurious high country trim. Other additions include a sun and wheel package, new 22-inch wheel designs, and making the trailering package standard on the LT trim. Chevy also taketh away, as the driver confidence package is no longer standard on LT and Z71 trims. OnStar remote access is no longer free for the first 3 years, and the Z71 discontinues the cloth upholstery option. On the other hand, this year, a new entry-level LE trim gives shoppers a more affordable choice. Other changes include a removable second-row center console for XLE models and above, new cement and heavy metal paint colors, and one deleted color choice, Coastal Cream. Talking about the engine, transmission, and performance, a turbocharged 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine resides under the hood of every Traverse model, and the only transmission is an 8-speed automatic. All-wheel drive is optional. Otherwise, the powertrain drives the Traverse's front wheels. The gussied-up Z71 trim offers more capability off-road and comes standard with a twin-clutch all-wheel drive system, different suspension damping, all-terrain tires, and terrain-specific driving modes. During test drive, we weren't impressed by the Traverse's steering, which feels slow and truck-like. While the Traverse isn't particularly engaging to drive, its ride is comfortable and family-friendly. A firm brake pedal provides plenty of reassurance, and body roll is kept in check nicely by the suspension. Acceleration feels adequate, but the throttle response is on the lazy side. The turbo also emits some uncouth noises and vibrations when you get deep into the throttle. The all-wheel drive Traverse got to 60 miles per hour in 7.3 seconds, which is slower than the old V6 model managed. The Traverse can tow up to 5,000 pounds with its standard trailering package, which includes a heavy-duty cooling system. a 220-amp alternator, and a special hitch view to the exterior camera system. Moving on to the Grand Highlander. The standard setup in the non-hybrid Grand Highlander is a 265 horsepower turbocharged 2.4-liter four-cylinder with front-wheel drive and an 8-speed automatic transmission. All-wheel drive is optional. This is a pleasant enough crossover to drive, with more than adequate pep in its step for a family hauler, plus a settled ride and light steering, all of which fades to the background in daily use. The Turbo 4's engine note is slightly hoarse during acceleration, but quiets down at steady speeds, which contributes to the Grand Highlander's quiet 67 decibel sound level at 70 miles per hour. While the Grand Highlander won't raise a driver's pulse on a twisty road, that's fine by us. It serves its purpose well and is nicely set up for errand running, kid toting, and road tripping. In testing, the non-hybrid Grand Highlander hit 60 miles per hour in 7.0 seconds, a reasonable mid-pack performance. The maximum hauling power for the non-hybrid Toyota Grand Highlander is 5,000 pounds. Taking a look at the interior, comfort, and cargo. If you're hauling a big family, the Traverse is nicely set up for such a task thanks to its massive interior. All trims can accommodate 7 passengers with second-row captain's chairs. A second-row bench is offered on the LT trim, increasing capacity to 8 passengers. The third row is even spacious enough to handle a pair of adults should the need arise, and the seat bottom is high enough off the floor to avoid the squatting seating position that forces your knees up toward your chest. There are several large storage bins, including one on the center console ahead of 2 large cup holders and another below the console that is accessible from both the driver and passenger side. With all seats folded down, the Traverse is among the most cargo-friendly SUVs in the class, with over 97 cubic feet of space. A massive 17.7-inch infotainment touchscreen is standard on all Traverse models and uses Chevrolet's latest Google-based software interface. An 11.0-inch digital gauge display is also standard and provides the driver with a few configurations to display information of their choosing. A wireless smartphone charging pad is included and an onboard Wi-Fi connection is available. While the Grand Highlander comes by the grand part of its name honestly, with a roomier cabin than its smaller Highlander cousin. The third row of seats benefits most from the Grand Highlander's larger size and boasts enough space for full-grown adults. The Grand Highlander's interior styling is different too, including a more symmetrical dashboard design. The XLE is a step up from the Grand Highlander's entry-level LE trim, and it comes with plenty of convenience features that family buyers will appreciate, including a power-operated liftgate, heated front seats, second-row window shades, and a host of USB and power outlets throughout the cabin. When equipped with a second-row bench seat, there's space for 8 passengers, but those seeking a 7-seat arrangement will be able to swap that bench out for captain's chairs. Thanks to the generous interior room, the Grand Highlander is capable of delivering long-haul, road trip comfort to all of its occupants. All models come with a 12.3-inch infotainment touchscreen running Toyota's latest software interface. A 7.0-inch digital display in the gauge cluster is also standard, but limited and platinum models get a larger, all-digital 12.3-inch gauge display. Buyers will also find a wireless smartphone charging pad on every model. An 11-speaker JBL stereo upgrade is offered on limited and platinum models. Moving on to the safety and driver assistance features. Chevrolet provides a host of driver assistance features as standard, including pedestrian and bicyclist detection systems and automatic high-beam headlamps. For an extra fee, you can order a Traverse with GM Super Cruise hands-free driving mode on LT and Z71 models. It's standard on the RS and High Country. Similar to this, all Grand Highlanders come with a suite of driver assistance features that Toyota calls Safety Sense 3.0. In addition to basics such as blind spot monitoring and automated emergency braking, the package also includes adaptive cruise control, automatic high-beam headlamps, and a road sign recognition system. And finally, coming back to the pricing, The price of the 2025 Chevrolet Traverse starts at $41,995 and goes up to $56,795 depending on the trim and options. Despite the shift in the lineup, we still think the LT represents the best value. It includes several niceties, such as second-row captain's chairs, a wireless smartphone charging pad, a power rear liftgate, and a trailering package. GM's Super Cruise hands-free driving feature is available, and we'd also suggest adding the driver confidence package. On the other hand, the price of the 2025 Toyota Grand Highlander starts at $42,310 and goes up to $55,495 depending on the trim and options. Even though there's a new and more affordable LE model, we suggest stepping up to the XLE trim. For a reasonable price, you get upgraded from cloth upholstery to synthetic leather, along with a power liftgate and a leather-wrapped steering wheel. This trim also includes heated power front seats, a choice of second-row captain's chairs, or a 3-across bench seat, and wireless phone charging. And there you have it, two incredible SUVs, each excelling in its own way. The 2025 Chevrolet Traverse impresses with its spacious interior and powerful presence, while the 2025 Toyota Grand Highlander shines with its advanced tech and refined versatility. Choosing between them comes down to your lifestyle and priorities. So, this is Parth signing off. Do let me know your thoughts and choice in the comments below. If you loved our content, do hit the like button, and with that, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss any of our great content.